We started with the module 3. What did we study in the previous class? We studied 2D clipping, right? Once we completed the definition as well as explanation of clipping, we saw types of clipping, where in types of clipping we studied analytical clipping, scissoring, as well as raster clipping. So these are some of the three types of clipping we saw in the clipping part. Then we saw some of the suggestions with respect to one author, that is nothing but Foley as well as Van Dam, who suggested some of the libraries which needs to be used in clipping. Then we saw how the clipping window works with the help of some examples. So we saw the transformation between window to viewport coordinates with respect to that particular window. Then I stopped till here. I am supposed to start up with levels of clipping. So in 2D clipping, basically we have levels. As you all know, what levels mean is the clipping. It will be incrementing with respect to some part, with respect to some levels. We have some of the levels here, that is point clipping, line clipping, polygon, area, text, and curve. So students, don't confuse this. The question for types of clipping is very different, and levels of clipping is very different. So you people don't confuse. I have seen students who confuse in this question. If they are asking types of clipping, they will write off this, that is point, line, so and so. This doesn't come under types of clipping. Types of clipping is which we studied in the previous class, that is scissoring, analytical clipping, and all. So that comes under types of clipping. If the question mentions you what are the levels of clipping, you need to write this answer, that is point clipping, line clipping, so on. So we'll see how point clipping, line clipping, polygon clipping, so on works here. So in this level, as you have point clipping, line clipping. In line clipping, there is one of the important algorithm. There is no numerical included in that algorithm. You need to just study the algorithm, that is Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm. That is one of the most important question from your module 3. So we'll be studying that in this class. First, we'll check out how point clipping works. Then we'll see how line clipping works. In line clipping, we'll see one of the algorithm, which is Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm. So we'll check out how point clipping works. So let's see. What do you mean by point clipping? Point clipping is nothing but what is clipping? It is removal of unwanted part from the window or the object. What do you mean by point clipping? Point clipping is nothing but you are removing that point from that particular display function. That is, if the display consists of huge number of points there, you don't require some points with respect to that particular window which is being displayed onto the output screen. So at that time, you will perform point clipping. So suppose you take this as an example where you have defined n number of points here. So in this example, I have taken 10 points. But once you are performing clipping with respect to point, there is some 3 points, that is P1, P9, and P5, which comes under this particular window. You just require this window which consists of these points. You don't require these number of points which are being displayed outside the window. So you want to remove these points. With the help of point clipping, you will be doing that particular function. There is no depth given in your syllabus. You need to remember what these functionality does. It is just removing the number of points which are being displayed outside the window, which you want in your functionalities. So as I told, point clipping is just removing the number of points outside that particular window. So this is one example. Once you have finished the point clipping, after the point clipping is done, you'll just get the window which you require, where you require some points with the help of which you can perform a number of operations with respect to XY plane, where you have some minimum as well as maximum coordinates with respect to that particular window. So check out here what point clipping advantages are. Point clipping is basically simple and easy. That is, you have no complexity in that. You can just perform. You can just aram se manually eliminate the points which are not required, which are not necessary in the display function. Then a point xy is not clipped if there is some condition with respect to point clipping. You need to remember this condition. The point x, this is the point x and y with respect to xy plane. That point should be lesser than or equal to x min, or should be lesser than or equal to x max. That is nothing but the coordinate values. The point should be lesser than or equal to both x minimum as well as x maximum. Similarly, the y point, whatever the minimum coordinate point y min you get, it should be lesser than or equal to y. That is nothing but the y coordinate point. Then the y max point which you get with respect to the y coordinate of that particular window, that point y should be lesser than or equal to that maximum coordinate. If suppose this condition is not met, I mean that particular point is not clipped, if that is nothing but that points which should be eliminated, those are not clipped if this condition is met. Otherwise, the points which are not necessary, which can be clipped, will be clipped if this condition is met. Is this clear to all? You should remember what point clipping is, and you need to remember the condition. Why a point is not clipped? A point is not clipped if the condition is met. If this condition is not met, the point will be clipped manually with respect to, depending on this particular condition. Am I clear with point clipping? Is the point clipping clear to all? Because this is the basic you start. Point clipping is the basics for other levels of clipping. So you need to be clear with point clipping. I hope everyone understood what point clipping is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we will check out the next clipping. The next level of clipping is line clipping. So the definition remains the same with respect to all the clipping levels, but you need to remember just what is the level of each clipping. As we studied in point clipping, you are eliminating just the line, you are eliminating just the point which needs to be clipped, and then in line clipping, you are just eliminating the unwanted lines there. So to draw a line, what is the basic part you want? You require 2 points, right? So that you need to remember here. Once the point clipping is done, only when the point is being visible, you can draw a line, right? So with respect to point, you are extracting some line there. So we'll check out some of the points in line clipping. Line clipping is harder than point clipping because as I told, point clipping is very easy. You are just drawing some points there. With respect to line clipping, it comes very harder there because you need to clip lines which are being drawn already. You won't get perfect points there. So this is one of the disadvantage of line clipping. It is very much hard to perform clipping on lines. So if so, what if it is harder? Can't we perform line clipping? We can do line clipping where we first examine the endpoint. That is nothing but you will check out the endpoints of that particular line to see if they are in the window or not. Suppose as we all know, you need just a window, right, with the help of which you can display that particular lines there which is wanted to you. So in that part, we'll check out if I want to eliminate this point, I will check if this particular endpoints with the help of which you have drawn line, if it comes under that particular window or not. First, the condition you should check this if the line comes under that particular window or not. Then we'll check both endpoints inside line trivially accepted. That is nothing but if this line is passing to that particular window, if the endpoints are coming under window or not, you'll check that one. Then one in or one out line is partially inside. You will check this also. First, you will check if the whole line is coming under that particular window. Then you will check if both the endpoints of that particular line comes under that window or not. Then if you will check if the one point is inside the window and another point is inside the window, you'll check that one. Then you'll check if that particular lines, both the endpoints are outside or partially inside. You'll check these conditions. Then you'll check for the trivial cases. That is nothing but all the three cases. Whatever the line clipping you do, you need to remember these key points there for with respect to points as well as lines, where you should check all the conditions for that. Then only you can perform line clipping. In this particular example, I have defined a window which consists of some coordinates, that is x minimum as well as x maximum with respect to x coordinate, y minimum as well as my y maximum with respect to y coordinates. With the help of this window, with the help of this diagram, I have just displayed a window where line clipping is done. You can check out here all the trivial cases is being performed where partially a line is been meeting here. Two endpoints are inside that particular window. One endpoint partially enters that particular window. All the trivial cases is met in this particular example. If all the three cases is met, you can check out, you can tell the line clipping is successfully implemented there. So this is about a glance about line clipping. So there are some solutions with respect to each cases. As I told, there are three different trivial cases. We'll check out some of the situations, solutions, and some examples for that cases. In the first case, where both endpoints are inside the window, check out the example. Both the endpoints of that particular line are inside the window. At that time, what the solution for that particular situation we should do? You should not clip that particular line because you are getting all the endpoints as well as line inside the window. So you cannot clip. You should not clip at that particular case. In the second case, one endpoint inside the window and the other one outside the window. What you should do? You should clip because there is a either case, right? Either of the point is being displayed inside the window. That is one point. See, check out all the three lines. Each point of that each line is being inside the window, is inside the window. So at that time you need to clip. Then both endpoints outside the window, it's a dilemma where you don't know what to do because you're not getting a whole line inside that particular window, right? So it's up to the user, he will clip or not clip. It's up to you. Or if it clips also, there is no minor change here because you won't get a line, a complete line. So at that case, you leave that particular clipping there itself. So in the first case, if both the endpoints are inside the window, it's an clipping performance done here where you won't clip here because both the endpoints and you are getting a full line inside the window. In the second case, one endpoint inside the window, one outside the window, you should clip there. That is, inside that particular window, you are getting one point. It's more than enough for clipping because you don't want this either of the points to be displayed inside the window. You should clip at that case. In the third point, both endpoints outside the window. That is nothing but both the endpoints of that particular line are outside the window. At that case, it's up to the user. You don't know what to do. You don't know what the solution might be. So you will leave that particular window to be displayed as it is. So is the three cases clear to all? Line clipping, is line clipping clear? Are the cases clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
these are some of the 5 marker questions I can say. Or they might ask you for 5 marks and ask you to explain both point clipping, line clipping, or curve clipping, point clipping, so on. So these are some of the exception questions where it can be asked for 2 markers, 5 markers. It won't exceed for 8 markers. If they're asking for 8 markers, the next algorithm might come for 8 marks. That is Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm. So we'll check out what Cohen-Sutherland line drawing algorithm, that is line clipping algorithm, is. Basically, we have three different algorithms, that is 2D line clipping algorithms. While when I was studying, usually there were all the three algorithms included in the syllabus, that is analytical line, Cohen-Sutherland, Lian-Barsky line clipping. All the three were very important in this module, but as the new syllabus was framed, only one algorithm is being included in your syllabus, that is Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm. Why this algorithm was considered to be very important? Why not analytical as well as the another algorithm? Because this algorithm, whenever it was implemented with respect to any of the functionalities, this algorithm yielded very best result comparatively with another algorithm. So this was included in your syllabus, and I'm repeatedly telling this is one of the most important questions which might be asked in your internals as well as externals. So we'll check out what Cohen-Sutherland's line clipping algorithm does. So we'll go to the slide. So Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm. Do remember there is one more algorithm which is not much important. Don't confuse that algorithm with this particular algorithm. So we'll check out what Cohen-Sutherland line algorithm is. That is Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm. Basically, the Cohen-Sutherland algorithm is a computer graphics algorithm which is used for line clipping. Remember why you will use Cohen-Sutherland algorithm? Will use this algorithm to clip a line. You can't use this particular algorithm for clipping a point or curve. It fails like anything. That is one of the disadvantage of this algorithm. You should use this particular algorithm only for line clipping. This is one of the important point you need to remember. Then what does this algorithm, what is the basic logic of this particular algorithm? The algorithm divides a 2D space, that is whatever the line you are been defining in particular dimension, you require some dimension, right? So Cohen-Sutherland line algorithm basically divides a two-dimension space into 9 regions. Remember this, as this is a specific algorithm, there is specific condition for this. This algorithm basically divides a space, which space, two-dimension space, into 9 regions, 9 number of regions, and then efficiently determines the lines and portions of that line which are visible in the central region which you want. What happens in line clipping, Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm? It basically divides whatever the line segment you are defining there, it divides into 9 number of regions first, and then perform line clipping algorithm. So these are two important points you need to mention wherever you are writing Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm. What was the one point? It is used only for line clipping algorithm. Then what is the basic logic of Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm? It basically divides the two-dimension region which you are defining in the space into nine parts, so that it can perform clipping on it. Once there is division of that particular two-dimension space, the clipping will be easier. You will get to know which are the number of lines you need to eliminate and which are the number of lines you need to keep it and display it. So there is one program, the 5th program in your lab syllabus regarding Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm, which we'll see in the afternoon. You will be having lab today, right? So in the afternoon lab, I will be explaining you the Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm in the lab. You have program for that. I'll be explaining that program. So check out here an efficient line clipping algorithm. As I told, this is one of the important point you need to remember. The key advantage. What is the advantage of this algorithm? The algorithm is that it vastly reduces the number of line intersection that must be calculated. As you will be displaying number of lines, right? There might be intersection of those lines while you are displaying, right? So at that point, you can use this kind of algorithm and eliminate the intersection of such kind of algorithm. So this is one of the advantage where intersection of lines is eliminated with the help of this algorithm. So he is the author of the algorithm. He is known as Dr. Ivan E. Sutherland. Dr. Ivan E. Sutherland. He is the author who developed. He is a developer who developed this algorithm, where he developed the Cohen-Sutherland clipping algorithm. He is usually known as Sutherland, who is a graphic giant and includes amongst his achievements and inventions. Basically, he is one of the graphics scientists, where he was working with huge number of graphic areas with respect to some scientific inventions. So these are some of the key points you need to remember with respect to Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm. Then in Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm, basically we have phases. The whole algorithm is what I can say. It is developed into phases because whenever the Cohen-Sutherland started developing this algorithm, he need to divide that as the definition says, there is division of regions, right? So he started designing this algorithm into phases. So we'll check out each phase. In the first phase, he defined the first phase as identification phase. In the second phase, he defined it as performance clipping. That is nothing but you'll be performing clipping there. So we'll check out what each phase does. The first phase, it is identification phase, where all line segments fall into one of the following categories. As we saw some of the categories in the previous, that is in line clipping, right? We saw some of the conditions as well as cases where you need to perform clipping. Similarly, in identification phase, it consists of two categories. One is visible as well as invisible. What happens in first identification phase one, that is visible phase, both endpoints lies inside the window. In invisible phase, the line completely lies outside the window. In identification phase, you need to check these two conditions, if it is visible or invisible. If not both the cases, the third case, that is clipping candidate, where the line either lies in visible as well as invisible. You need to remember in identification phase, these are some of the three conditions. If the line is visible, if the line is not visible, if it falls under clipping candidate. So this is first phase of your algorithm, that is identification phase. In the second phase, you will perform the clipping. Once you have identified in which the particular line lies, if it is visible, invisible, or clipping candidate, you will perform clipping. That is, compute intersection for all lines that are candidate for clipping. That is, once this condition is met or not met, in either of the cases, you will start performing clipping there. That is, once you have found what kind of phase it is lying, if it is visible, invisible, or the third case, you'll start clipping this. So these are the two phases you need to remember. One, the starting point you need to remember is in which we are using line clipping. That is where you will be using Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm, and then its advantage, and then you need to remember two phases of the algorithms. Once you are known the phases of the algorithms, we'll check out what should be done next. So how the first phase will start. In the first phase, what I told, it is an identification phase where you need to check if the line is visible, invisible, or it can be clipped. So we'll check out how identification phase works. In the first phase, world space is divided into regions based on the window boundaries. As I told, what is the definition of Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm? It basically divides the regions. Whatever the two-dimension space you display, it will divide the space into 9 number of regions. You'll check out how many regions are there here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 number of regions with the help of which you will perform line clipping there. First, it will divide into regions. That is, that particular space is being divided into n number of regions, where the n value is 9 number of regions with respect to this example. Then each region has a unique 4-bit region code. As what is the identification number for you? It is USN, right? For me, it is the staff ID. Similarly, in Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm, it basically gives name to that particular region. There are 9 regions, as I told. For each region, there is different code given to it as an identification number. I can call this as a region code. That is, this is one region. The code for that is 001. So I can call this as an identification number for that particular region. Once you get the region code, it basically indicates the position of region with respect to that particular window. I can call this as one window. I can call this as another window. So each and everything is defined as particular window. What does this region code, that is an identification code, indicates? It basically indicates the position of the region with respect to that particular window. So that is what identification phase tells. Then you can check out here how the region code is being given, how it is being named. The first line, the first number, that is 1, that is the left part of that particular region. The second is the right, the third is the below part, and the fourth is the above part. What does this tells is, it basically tells each region code's definition, what kind of angle you are giving. Here, the left angle of that particular region is defined, right angle below and the above. This is just the presentation of the region code. So what happens in the identification phase? Basically, in identification phase, once you have checked out if the line is visible, invisible, or it comes under clipping, you'll just divide the world space into 9 number of regions, and you'll give specific name, specific code to that each region. What does region code? I can call that name, identification number, as region code. What does region code tells? Region code tells as well as indicates the position of each region with respect to which the window is being displayed. So this is the first phase. Check out here. There is an example where there is 9 number of regions divide with respect to which I have defined huge number of lines. You can check, this is the window where you have defined which needs to be displayed onto your display screen. These are the unwanted lines which are being displayed here with respect to coordinates. Then every endpoint is labeled with appropriate region code. You can check out here each and every point with respect to which you have displayed the particular window. It consists of region code. So the P4th region code is 1100. The P11th region code is 1010. So this is an example for region code. That is the first phase. We'll check out what happens in visible lines, invisible lines, as well as a third condition. What are visible lines? Lines completely contained within the window boundaries have region code this for both endpoints who are not clipped. What I can say, what is the basic definition of visible lines? The lines which are being visible, which are completely inside the particular window, right, which you want to clip and display onto the output screen. I can call those lines as visible lines. In the example, P5 as well as P6 is the visible lines because it completely lies. P5 as well as P6 points are the points with the help of which a line is being drawn. I can call this as visible line because it falls under the particular window which should be displayed onto the output screen. So that is the visible line. And you can check all the other points with respect to have drawn lines, right? Those are not lines, those are not visible lines because they fall outside the region which you want to display. So that is one of the definition of visible lines. Similarly, invisible lines. Any line with a common set bit in the region codes of both endpoints can be clipped completely. I can call P11 as well as P12 as invisible line because it falls outside the boundary. In Cohen-Sutter line, you need to remember the terminologies as well, such as visible lines, invisible lines, and clipping window and all. So these are the definitions of visible as well as invisible lines. Then how clipping candidates are being defined in the green color here. So we'll check out what are clipping candidates. Lines that cannot be identified as completely inside or outside the window may or may not cross the window interior. So check out here. I can call the invisible line also as a clipping candidate because it doesn't fall under the window. I can call the line which is named as P7 to P8 as clipping candidate because check out here, it satisfies both the conditions. It falls inside the region as well, it falls outside the region as well. So what is the condition for clipping candidate? The line which is outside the window as well as the line which falls inside the window. So I can call that as clipping candidate. So all the three terminologies are clear to all: visible lines, invisible lines, as well as clipping candidates. Hope it is clear. If you have any doubts, you are permitted to ask. Any doubts regarding this terminologies in the Cohen-Sutherland algorithm? Yes, no. Hope you all are there. Hope I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any doubts regarding these terminologies?
No, sir.
Yeah. Okay. We'll move further. Then, once you have found the first phase, that is identification phase, that is if the line is visible, invisible, or it should be clipped, we'll check out how to code that particular part. That is, you should assign some code for that particular points with respect to that particular lines. That is assigning codes. So how this is additional point you need to remember how to assign codes for each point. Check out, let point xy is be given code, the you will give some code for some point there. So how the bit is been assigned, as I told, there are 4 bits with respect to line you assign. What is the condition for the bit 3, that is the last bit? If it is 1, when can you give it as 1? If that particular condition met, that is the maximum y coordinate minus the initial y coordinate is lesser than or equal to 0. Similarly, you have, this is the optional case. You need to remember how to define that particular bit with respect to that particular point. That is naming the region code, how the region code existed with respect to that particular assignment. These conditions should be met with respect to 4 conditions. As I told, the left part, right part, below as well as above part. So how you will name that particular region? So this condition should be met so that you can write the particular code for that particular region. So then that was about the first phase. We'll check out how the second phase works. Just a second. Yeah. The second phase. What is the second phase? You will start clipping here. What happens in clipping? Basically, in clipping, what happens in the basic logic of clipping? You will basically eliminate the unwanted part. So we'll check out how the clipping phase in Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm works. Lines that are in category 3 are now processed. That is nothing but the previous phase, that is clipping candidate. This is the third category, right? That is clipping candidate, where you have to perform clipping. How to perform that clipping? First, it will compare an endpoint outside the window to a boundary. That is nothing but we will check out if that endpoint is outside a window. If the remainder of the line is entirely inside or outside the window, retain it or clip it respectively. That is nothing but if the point or the line is entirely inside or outside that particular window, that is one part retains inside and the other part retains inside, you should keep that particular window. You need not perform clipping there. Otherwise, compare the remainder of the line against the other window boundaries. Basically, the regions which you are defining in the window plays an important role. You should check out in which region the particular line is been lying. So after that, you will continue clipping until the line is either discarded or a segment line inside that particular window is found. So these are some of the key points you need to remember. How the clipping is done, basically comparison is done here with respect to the points. That is phase 2, that is clipping phase. Then how the what if the line consists of intersections with respect to displaying of it? If intersection points with the window boundaries are calculated using line equations, that is x1 y1 x2 y2, where with respect to x coordinates of an intersection, you will get this equation, boundary equation, where I can define x boundary which is being defined in this particular equation as set of both minimum as well as maximum coordinates. This equation comes under existence when you are performing y coordinate. You got intersection between y coordinate. This is just the displaying of line equation. What is the line equation? Y is equals to mx plus b, right? So that is the line equation. So check out the format of that equation is same. Y is equals to mx plus b. That is nothing but the first initial point of that particular line segment. That is the y coordinate. What if with respect to x coordinate intersection is done? So this equation comes under existence, where y boundary can be set either to this particular y minimum or y maximum, similar to that part of y coordinate. So this you need to remember, where intersection of points within or without the boundaries are being displayed. Then after this, we can use the region code to determine which window boundary should be considered for intersection. This is one of the advantage you can check out, where as you have defined 9 number of region codes, right? So we'll use those region codes so that we can define, we'll know which window boundary should be considered for intersection, that is displaying of that particular window of that particular screen. So this is about Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm. So what you should remember in Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm is the phases. What are the two phases? One is identification phase and the second phase is clipping phase. In the first phase, what happens? You should know in which category the line falls. If it is a visible line, invisible line, or if it comes under clipping parameter or clipping boundary. Then you'll perform clipping. So this is the basic. Actually, it is a simple algorithm for